do you think we can like scale up and get all these programs into schools?
Into schools? That's a really good question. And I guess my first thought is really that we need to reach the teachers and the administrators of schools. So perhaps if we mindfulness instructors have a way of connecting with them. I have been trying to connect with people who run organizations. Sometimes people have brought me in to teach to, like, for example, a group of librarians invited me to teach. So I gave an online mindfulness seminar. So we just did it through Skype. And there were about 150 librarians that came in. And those librarians, for example, wanted to bring mindfulness and meditation to their libraries. And so the whole seminar was really about teaching methods that they could use in their libraries. So that was one way outside of those. Some of those were school librarians and some of those were town librarians. So those librarians were creating, both for teens and for younger children, they were creating mindfulness rooms. They didn't have a name for it, but, rooms where kids could come in and really, they could sit in meditation if they wanted. They could do other mindfulness and meditation activities. I think one group was doing a mindful walking activity, and then they would sit. And so it was really, I was heartened to see these librarians bringing this to schools and to communities. I think more and more I'd like to reach the administrators of schools to set mindfulness up in schools. Now, there's a caveat there, and I have spoken to some teenagers who have told me how mindfulness was taught in their school. And I wasn't there, so I can't be the judge of that, but based on this teenager's point of view, they said, oh, well, we sat and, paid attention to our breathing for a few minutes before class, and nobody was doing it, and everybody was bored, and that's all it was just breathing before a seminar or before the assembly, and then nothing. So she told me that the kids in her class or her school had a negative view of mindfulness. And I would guess that perhaps just going into a large assembly and asking all of the students just to breathe mindfully for a few minutes before the assembly, just that alone is really not enough. Because for me, mindfulness it really also includes a conversation with students and my students, and getting to know them and really talking to them about the challenges they face, yeah, and the conflicts that they have between each other, and finding ways that they can work through those very specific emotional and social difficulties. Not just, we're going to sit and breathe mindfully for a few minutes before class, and then we're not going to process that or talk about it any further. So that was a long answer to say, perhaps more and more it would be great if mindfulness instructors could really go in more depth with school administrators and with teachers.